So I think we all know about TV and movies. TV and movies are a pretty common place that research is communicated. This could be a documentary, this could be a TV show like Through the Cosmos, or really anything else. And I think this is where a lot of the general public is used to getting their research communication, even if it is in a very, very informal way, and it might be very generalized to appeal to a mass audience. But outreach and education is also another very logical way that we learn about how research is communicated. This could be a departmental open house. This could be setting up a booth at a fair and talking about something that you're really passionate about. This could be going to classrooms and talking about your research. And absolutely, this is an incredibly effective way to communicate your research. There's also presentations. I think we're all pretty familiar with presentations. That's what this is right here. It's also what we tend to do as academics. We write a paper, we then talk about that paper, or we talk about the research that we're about to publish at a big conference, and we are communicating our research by doing that. We're also very used to writing journal articles. We're very used to communicating research in that way, even if we are writing these journal articles to our peers. But we can, of course, write more popular science articles. We can put it up on blogs. And there are a wide plethora of places that allow you to write journal articles based on research findings, and some of them are highly specific. But I want to focus on the focus of this presentation, which is social media. And the reason I really, really, really like communicating research on social media is that it allows anyone to communicate. You don't have to be a top of your field scientist to start communicating your research. Anyone who can make an account can start communicating. I have several people that I follow, and we collaborate on things that are 13 years old. They just really liked astrophysics and wanted to start posting about that and communicating about that. So again, it's really anyone who can create an account can communicate it. But it also allows you to be extraordinarily niche. You can really focus in on a very particular topic, which is what I'll show later on. The beauty of social media is that you're not necessarily trying to appeal to a mass audience. It's even if that's what the perception is of social media, that's not the case. You're actually trying to get a very curated set of people to follow you. And these connections can happen easily. You can make extraordinary connections via social media. And that's something that I think is really unique. TV and movies are a little bit tough because you're only focused on the TVs and movie side. That's the people who you are connecting with. Journal articles are often only with your peers or people who can access the journal articles, right? With social media, you can connect with really anyone because pretty much everyone has social media at this age. But let's talk a little bit more explicitly about the benefits of doing this on social media. And one of the first ones for personal benefits is that you actually get a lot of increased knowledge of your field. And this is something that I wasn't really expecting when I started out doing research communication. I thought that I would just be teaching, and what I found out is that I was learning along the way. And I think this is because I want to think of a post. I have this new topic, I have this new thing I want to explain. And so what do? I go and look it up. I double check my sources. I make sure I'm really understanding the nuances of the subject. And that has allowed me to really understand my own field a lot better. You, of course, get better communication skills. If you're communicating often, if you're communicating to a diverse audience, you're going to develop much better communication skills. And it's something that has really helped me out in a personal setting of how to communicate complex ideas to someone, but in a professional setting as well, I'm able to better communicate my own research to a larger audience or to an audience of my peers. And you get the opportunity to express your work creatively. This is my favorite part of this. With journal articles, of course, you're limited to a page count. You can't have unlimited figures. Your figures really need to display as much information as possible in a short amount of time. But with social media, there's really no limitations. It's whatever you want to do. And I think that's such a unique opportunity to educate using whatever you are great at, whether that's photography, videography, graphic design, any of that. But there are also some noted professional benefits to doing this. Networking is massive. I mentioned that you can connect with anyone. I will say that the networking angle is something that I am extremely grateful for, that research communication has enabled. It's allowed me to connect with other scientists in my field. It's actually resulted in a couple of collaborative papers that we're working on, as well as just some really cool projects that I otherwise would never have started if it wasn't for just doing research communication as a hobby, starting in undergrad. It also makes you more competitive. So if you're trying to get a job or you're trying to, move on to a new degree after this, say you're going for a PhD or you're applying for a grant or you are trying to win an award, anything like that, showing that you are doing research communication just instantly makes you more competitive. It shows that you're doing that extra step, and it's honestly an extra step that's just really fun. So it's sort of a win-win. But like I mentioned, it also opens up a lot of opportunities. Opportunities to speak at, presentations like this, to be quite frank. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't do research communication. It's opened up opportunities for me to go to conferences and actually have my conference fees completely waived because I give a 15-minute presentation about research communication. It's just been something that I've been extraordinarily grateful for because of the opportunities that it shows up. Now, this was just, again, some professional as well as some personal benefits.